my earliest experience was that was when Tupac passed away. There's been a few times in my career when, I find out a friend or somebody I really respected passed away, and then I had to go do a show. Wow. And those things, it's crazy how it affects you on stage, depending on your relationships and how you got to fight through.
Right. Do you try to address it?
It depends on if I address it or not. Depends on where I am. I'm not a comedian that really goes and stick to the script. I kind of like being in the moment. So I may say something during my show in a lull, where I got time to take a break or pause, or I may say something at the end. I try not to do it up front because you don't want to kind of kill the mood. I've done that sometimes before, and you got to find a way to get out of it. I remember my earliest experience was that was when Tupac passed away. So at my comedy night, Fat Tuesdays in LA, Comedy Store, Tupac used to always come. Tupac was always in there. I met him when I first got to LA. Same day I met Janet. I was on the set of Poetic Justice. A movie my brother was doing that John Singleton directed and wrote. Pac was always like, when I see Pac, I was like, yo, man, you got to create your own lane, man. Don't be in your brother's shadow. He'd come to the Comedy Store, man, and look at my sets and things like that. And, you funny, man, because he loved comedy. So because he was a frequent, guest at Fat Tuesdays, my comedy night, when he got shot in Vegas, that it was that Saturday, I had to address it that Tuesday. And I was like, man, I don't want to bring the mood down, but you got to address it because it's the elephant in the room. There's big news all over LA. So I had to find a way to address it, but not bring the mood down. So what I did was, I remember that particular evening, during the fight, there was a guy who sang the national anthem who was horrible, black guy. So what I did was, I kind of said, hey, it was a case of mistaken identity. They weren't trying to shoot Pac. They were trying to shoot that nigga who sang the national anthem. And then that got a laugh. And I just went on from there and kind of like mimicked this guy singing the national anthem. And then the next week he passed away. I was like, oh, hell, how am I going to address this? So what I did was, I said, yo, y'all heard the news, Tupac passed away. I said, when they have the funeral in LA, don't be ghetto. I used to have a bit about black funerals and LA Hollywood-ass funerals. So I immediately went into that bit. So I addressed it, didn't let the mood get down too low, and then hit him with comedy, and then moved off of it, and didn't have to talk about it for the rest of the night. So there's certain ways you just got to navigate your way through it.
When he came to you and talked about like getting out of your brother's shadow, is that like because your brother was like taking off like sooner than you, like opportunity wise?
Well, no, my brother started way before me. My brother's already taken off. When I started stand up, I started in '92. Joe started earlier. Joe had already been on Def Jam. Joe had already filmed Poetic Justice. They hadn't come out yet. So Joe was definitely the pioneer for the family and the trailblazer in the entertainment industry for the Torrys. So, but Joe had already, he'd already formed that relationship, Joe and Tupac. He was just making sure that I create my own lane and not get caught up on being Joe's little brother, and which I wasn't. Because when I first got into stand-up, I immediately dropped my last name and went by Guy T, the world famous Guy T. Niggas didn't know me past Crenshaw, but I was the world famous Guy T. But yeah, Pac was always supportive, always real. One of the realest cats you probably want to meet. With the Nipsey Hussle being murdered or assassinated, who knows? A lot of drama and mystery behind that and conspiracy. He kind of reminds me of how Tupac was. As far as I didn't know Nipsey, but just hearing the stories, of how he was and what he was doing. I didn't really know he was doing all that until Nipsey had passed away. And so I was just kind of shocked at that.